My dream of Lamar Jackson on the Patriots just seems to be slowly dissolving.
Oh, I don't
so
think
you act like it was close.
Well, I like to flirt with it, and it just feels like now it's not happening.
I don't think you should feel that way. I think after the draft, there's going to be all of a sudden a hotter market for Lamar Jackson. I think teams are waiting until after this draft for reasons we've talked about. But for the Patriots, listen, what Gronk is talking about is that Belichick, the way he does his defense, his numbers games, he doesn't like going up against mobile quarterbacks because then the numbers flip in the offense's advantage as far as how he rotates coverage, all that stuff. That is not the reason they should go after Lamar Jackson. It's true, but it's not the reason they should go after Lamar. They should go after Lamar because right now, I will ask the Patriots fan, is there a single player on the Patriots offense that is a difference maker? A single guy.
It's a team game.
A single, right now.
No.
Right now, if we were to look at the entirety of the AFC, other than the Texans, do the Patriots have the worst group of non-offensive linemen in the conference? The entirety of offense, take out the offensive line.
Probably.
Tight ends, receivers, running backs, quarterbacks. And what are the Texans about to do? Draft a quarterback. The Titans, I guess, maybe could be in that group potentially if they were to trade Derrick Henry. But but if they do that, it's because they're going full rebuild, and they maybe did draft their quarterback in Malik Willis, whatever you think of him. The Patriots have very clean salary cap books going for the season after this one, not the 23 season, 24. They have the third most cap space in football. They have nobody that scares you on offense, and it's a desperate need for them. It would be negligent for this team if they are not. It'd be one thing, Brew, if they were like, we are rebuilding. We don't want to do it right now because it doesn't fit our timeline. But with what they've done on defense, the money they've spent, the personnel they have, they shouldn't feel like they're rebuilding. They should try to go get a difference maker on offense because they have none at any spot. So, yeah, I think it would be nuts for them to not inquire about what the cost would be for Lamar with them.
Agreed. And Belichick shouldn't worry about the money. It's not his money.
I know.
All right, so he should be going to Robert Kraft trying to convince him, let's get Lamar. All right.
But I don't think he would even need to be convinced.
Really?
No, Robert Kraft's got the text from Meek Mill and said it's Bill Belichick's call.
Okay, then simply put, they should definitely go get him. Because if it bothers Belichick that clearly Brady has won the divorce or is winning by a mile right now, and he wants to make amends for that, then why wouldn't you go get him? You know how long it takes to get to get another franchise quarterback? Did they ever have one before? I know you like Steve Grogan. Did get him to a Super Bowl, but it wasn't a great. Right? They never had a great quarterback before Tom Brady. Drew Bledsoe had was good, but didn't lead him to anything.
Yeah,
right.
but he was
I'll give you that.
In the league,
a few years there, but they still were a bad team. You can't assume within the next few years we're getting our next franchise quarterback. If Belichick wants to get back in the competing for Super Bowl level, he's got to go get Lamar.
My biggest question is this. If Lamar Jackson was to come to the Patriots, everybody says, well, you can't give him the big contract because of the way he plays. Is the way that Lamar Jackson plays set in stone? Or if he came to the Patriots, would he play a different way? It's not like Patriots quarterbacks getting hurt left and right. A lot of protection. Lamar slides a lot, gets out of bounds a lot. And what I would be interested in is say, all right, maybe you don't get the, design, take all the design runs out, take most of them out. And then you just, when a play breaks down, all of a sudden, you know what? You get a Josh Allen type run. You get a Daniel Jones type run.
I think you want him to be who he is, though.
But take out, put him in harm's way. Play a normal Patriot style. And here's what I think is interesting. Mac Jones last year, 2.2 yards per attempt, 34th in the league. Guess what? Jimmy G, 1.4 yards per attempt, 36th in the league. Tom Brady, 0 yards per attempt, 38th in the league. Those are all Belichick quarterbacks. He's never had a guy where it's like, you know what? Something breaks down, let's take off.
Well, so you want to bring Lamar to New England and make him play like a typical New England quarterback? You gotta let him be who he is.
No, meet me in the middle.
He's not gonna be the great pocket passer and he's gotten hurt twice in the pocket, not running.
So can I throw a little bit of cold water on that?
Sure.
Brady was there for 20 years uninterrupted, right? I understand that while Brady was there, it's not like his backups were these super mobile guys, but you typically want your backup to play stylistically as similar to your starter as possible. Mm-hmm. When Brady left, who did Bill Belichick go get? Cam. And so I do think that he understands that if you can't get one of these no doubt prototypical drop back passers, a workaround to still having an potentially excellent offense is a guy who can beat you with his legs. Yep. In addition, and Lamar, for whatever his limitations as a passer are, is a more developed passer right now than Cam has been at any point since his MVP season. Right. That's undeniable. Absolutely. That's not debatable. And so I do think for Bill, the holdup here would be the draft capital and the dollars, which I know is, a massive holdup for everybody right now. But I don't think that should be the concern for him because he should not be worried about the Patriots in 2030.
Thank you. He's got about 5 years.
5 years is a lot. If 5 years is more than I think he will have, if he doesn't get an upgrade at quarterback, unless, of course, Zappe is their guy, which I know we're about to talk about.
Albert Breer says Belichick still upset. Oh, my goodness. He wasn't happy with Matt Patricia's 50th run play in a row, so Bill Belichick's upset. Also, he asked one of his former coaches, what's the deal? What am I supposed to do? I got Matt Patricia as an offensive coordinator. Belichick didn't like that. So Albert Breer says he'll have to earn his spot back. So, Brew, do you expect a QB battle?
You're upset about this? He's going to have to go earn his job?
I'm not upset about it.
Here's what Mac Jones has earned so far. Number 1 on the depth chart.
That's right.
He has not been so great that it's just it's his job, no matter how bad he looks.
Why do you think Belichick won't say it's his job?
Because it's going to be a battle. Now, he enters with an advantage. He'll be number 1 on the depth chart. But here's the thing, Watts. Mm-hmm. If he were to go into camp and Zappe outplays him dramatically, you got to let Zappe play because Devin McCourty said they're already players. You're not going to lose the locker room if Mac loses a job because there are already players that kind of think Zappe might be better. And let me show you this, Wilds. This is the graphic, hopefully,
I heard you.
That you might not like. But Zappe, look at the comparison. I mean, he won 1,000% versus Mac. Better completion percentage, yards per pass, TD percentage, passer rating.
Was terrible.
I mean, you got to let him back. Now, again, Mac should have the advantage, and it's his job to lose. I'm just saying, unlike Justin Herbert and so on and so forth, he can lose it.
Unlike Jared Goff. You don't have to go to Justin Herbert or the best quarterbacks in football or the segment. Listen, Bailey Zappe has started 2 games in his career. And he already, if you put all of Mac and Zappe's career games next to each other, the best one anyone played was a Zappe start. With his second career start. Right, that's my point. That is my point.
But you would agree with Mac has the advantage as they enter camp.
I agree that right now, because you spent a first-round pick on him, he has the advantage, like you're saying, entering camp. I don't think... It's not a situation where it's like, well, one guy maybe played better, but the other guy, the upside is so high. I don't see the upside. Zappe also I don't think has a ton of upside, but I'm open to the possibility of it because he hasn't given me a 30-game sample of, that's exactly what I thought. What we know about Mac Jones is, since coming into the league, among quarterbacks, he leads the league in dirty plays. He leads the league
I don't have a problem with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, he leads the league in temper tantrums.
Yeah,
he seems to lead his team in angering the head coach. And he does not have the high-end upside that you think you must have in the AFC, particularly the AFC East, to compete. For all those reasons, of course his job is not safe. Of course it's not
his
safe.
Rookie year was, I think, was downplaying the rookie year.
Of course he is. It's solid. He got to the playoffs as a rookie.
Right.
He had a defensive coordinator as his offensive coordinator.
I'll give you that,
He stopped throwing interceptions after Dusty and I made all those signs last year. And guess what? If he goes into camp and loses the job, so be it.
Right. Okay,
that's the way it goes.
Go.
It's a meritocracy. Right. Bill Belichick needs to make the playoffs this year, or his job's going to be on the line. So he's not going to be like, well, last year you threw a temper tantrum and I'm mad. I'm going to start
Agreed.
Zappe, who is, by the way, a clutch client.
Guys,
Like someone on this
Oh, I forgot about that. That is
You
correct.
didn't forget about
I
that.
didn't forget about
It's just full transparency.
Surprisingly sober-minded.
It's a
for that.
meritocracy.
That
I'm
was
fine.
good,
He's
man.
not gonna
That
lose
was
his job.
I didn't expect that from
It
him.
is what it is.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.